Welcome into the Urban Suite. Happy New Year. It's 2023, and you have entered the new year with Dr. LisaMLaCon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, this is a special request show because every year people make New Year's resolutions. And oftentimes, I believe, as well as research, New Year's resolutions do not stick for the majority of the people that make them. Only 14% of those resolutions stick. And why is that? It is because people do not make SMART goals. So I spoke about this last year. I did a show about this, and we're going to go in depth. Not me right now, because we don't have enough time, but we're going to air that show so you can understand why resolutions do not stick. But also, you will be able to understand how you can make them change. It's about behavior change, all right? And making lifestyle changes, not just a goal, but what happens in between that goal. And we call them objectives. So anyway, take a look at this and we'll be right back. You are entering the Urban Suite with Dr. LisaMLaCon. Let's talk about urban issues plaguing our community.
That's what's up, bro. Good to hear. That's good to hear.
Let's talk about mental health. Hello. How are you all doing? Oh, my urbanites, welcome to Urban Twos for Change. Listen, we have a very exciting, interesting topic to discuss with you, my urbanites. But first, I have to say, welcome. All right, listen, it is the new year. And many of you all have these New Year resolutions that probably won't last. Now, let me be fair. Some of you all may last, but for the most part, this is why your New Year's resolutions don't last. We're going to talk about that tonight in the Urban Suite, as well as how you can make them last. But it's going to be a lot of hard work. But if you're ready for it, hey, it is possible. So, all right, we're back. Listen, why don't your New Year's resolutions, why don't they stick? We're going to talk about that right now. So I need you to do me a favor. I need you to grab pen, paper, take some notes, write these things down, because guess what? It will help you maintain the goals that you want for the new year, whether it's losing weight, whether it's getting a new job, whether it's eating differently. We are here to assist you in maintaining the healthy goals and identifying what's in your toolbox. All right. So, one of the first things that you have to do in order for your goal to be established, and I'm going to come from the Word of God right now, because that's this scripture right here. This is Jesus speaking himself. This is what he says in Luke 14:28. Very powerful. I need my readers, you guys. All right. It says, "For which of you, intending to build a tower, sits not down first," you don't sit down first, all right, "and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it." Do you know what that means? So it says, how many of you, prior to engaging in something, do you sit down and actually count the cost? Now, what does that literally mean? It literally means, do you sit down, ponder, do your research about what you want to do, how you want to accomplish it, and in a time frame that it needs to be done in? This is very important. Very important. So tonight we're going to take weight loss, because a lot of people during the top of the new year, they want to lose weight. As I went out jogging this week, I saw so many joggers that I have never seen before in my life. And I've been doing the same route for a couple of years. But I guarantee you, by March, I would see maybe one or two of the same out of the 10, because people will fall off. And why do people fall off? They fall off because they do not count the cost in order to build. Now, the Word of God is talking about building a temple. But remember, your body is a temple. This right here is your temple. So if you want to lose weight, you still have to count the cost. One of the first things that you need to do, you need to, number one, have a discussion with your medical health provider. You need to let your medical health provider know, you know what? It's time for me to lose weight. What do you recommend based on my body mass index, how much weight I should lose and how should I lose the weight? Now, the reason why I say how should I lose the weight, because some people lose weight, they do an operation. Some people lose weight by working out. Some people lose weight by also changing their diet in terms of the foods that they take in, their calorie intake. So, how do you want to lose weight? That's counting the cost. You have to sit and say, okay, can I afford to have an operation? Can you? I don't know. Is it healthy for me to have an operation? You need to have that discussion with your medical professional first. That is the first thing you need to do. That's counting the cost. The second thing that you need to do when you are counting the cost, you have to literally count the cost. Do you know, if you want to lose weight and change your diet, potato chips are cheaper than buying fruit? Yes, potato chips are cheaper than buying fruit. So what you need to do, you need to look at your budget, because listen, there's a lot. The inflation today is out of this world. Are you able to financially afford to change your diet? Are you? I don't know what your pocketbook, I have no idea how it looks. I have no idea how your bank account looks, but you have to ask yourself, can I afford it? Now, I'm not deterring you, but I'm just laying down the facts with counting the cost. What that means? It means, are you able to financially afford buying fruit instead of potato chips? Are you able to financially afford buying 100% juice rather than Kool-Aid? Are you able to afford healthy food, vegetables versus processed food? So before you say or wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to lose weight, you need to take a trip to the grocery store, look at the cost of those items that hopefully you and your doctor discussed, just to see how much these items cost. Because what you may need to do is trim the fat in your life in other areas. So say, for instance, if you go to Starbucks and get coffee every day, you may need to trim that so you can afford the healthy food. Because remember, you have to count the cost. And sometimes what happens is we don't stick with our diet or our weight destination because we cannot afford it. And I'm specifically speaking to people in the urban community. You have to count the cost, literally. Also, number 2, when it comes to counting the cost, you need to find out, how are you going to lose weight? Now, I said specifically about the operation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, are you going to the gym? Are you going to do it out of your home? Are you going to purchase equipment? And if you purchase equipment, how much is the equipment going to cost? Or are you going to go out jogging right now in January when you're not used to jogging in the cold in New Jersey? So this is why, you guys, I need y'all to like and share this, because people need to hear this. People need to hear this. People need to see this. What I'm talking about right now is going to change your life. Do you have the time? Listen to what I'm saying, because this is very important. Do you have the time to change your schedule, to put in exercise in your day-to-day lifestyle regimen? Are you willing to wake up an hour earlier? And then maybe you need to go to bed an hour earlier so that you can be well rested. Are you willing to leave work on time so that you can work out perhaps in the evening? You have to figure out, okay, how am I going to carve out my schedule so that I can put my weight loss regimen in my schedule? And if you live in a household where they depend on you for breakfast, for dinner, for whatever, you need to have a family meeting and have a discussion and say, listen, this is what I intend to do, and I need your assistance with this. Because it's very challenging to do this alone when you don't have support to get on this weight loss journey, to do it by yourself. Now, and I said, are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to look at Taebo on YouTube? Because you can do that and it's free. How are you going to do it? Are you going to go jogging? What are you going to do? And then with that, guess what comes with that? You have to purchase clothes. Sneakers are expensive. Workout outfits, at least good ones, are pretty expensive, especially for women. We have the bras they're very expensive. The good ones, the ones that have you, give you the proper support. So you have to think about that. You have to think about your equipment. You have to think about your running shoes. You have to think about your socks. You have to winterize yourself. You have to get 34 and below underneath. Then you need your joggers. You need your jacket. You need your hat. You need your gloves. You need your... Listen, that's counting the cost. How much is it going to cost me financially? And how much time am I going to spend? And what do I need to do in terms of changing my schedule around to put this in my schedule? Because a lot of people give up because they're like, oh, I can't find the time to do it. Well, you can't find the time to do it because you never really thought about carving out time specifically to do it. You have to do it. You have to make it a routine. If you say, I'm going to do it at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you need to be disciplined enough to do that. And you have to let people in your area, your sphere, your village know what you're doing, not to call you during that time. Because to be perfectly honest, when people call me while I'm jogging, I can't answer the phone. It's barely impossible. There's no way. So when we talk about counting the cost, yes, financially, what's involved, also the time that's involved, because most people end up not fulfilling or achieving their goal because they did not sit down and study what it takes. And then the next one is disciplined. Are you disciplined enough? If you are not disciplined, it will never happen. If you are disciplined with eating potato chips, if you're disciplined with just sitting on the sofa, if you're disciplined with just drinking the soda pop, if you're disciplined with that, you see the result of that. You clearly see the result of that. Diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. So flip it around. If you are disciplined, that means that you have this internal motivation, regardless of what's happening around you, and you're focused, laser focus. You can do it. You can definitely do it. Listen, I'm going to come back after a word from our sponsor, after the missing person, and some more information, because we're going to come in back and dig more into this to help you not get burnt out with trying to meet a New Year's resolution. Is sponsored by Bless Ministries Incorporated. Urban Tools for Change Network is sponsored by Bless Ministries Incorporated, BMI, the premier workforce development agency in the state of New Jersey. We are here to serve you. If you have a history of being on parole, if you are on probation, if you are an adult with a disability, if you are a youth with a disability and you're looking for employment, come check us out at 973-733-WORK. So again, BMI sponsors Urban Tools for Change Network. right, so this is our missing person segment. And the first person that I'm highlighting at the beginning of the year, 2023, is Maricia Burton. Now, Maricia has been missing since December the 22nd, 2022, from Orlando, Florida. Listen, where's my bell? Where is my bell? Somebody stole my bell. Oh, here's my bell right here. Listen, you Floridians, I need you to look at this. I need you to share, because this 19-year-old is missing from Orlando, Florida. She is, of course, female. Her race is Black. Her complexion is dark. Her height is 5'6". She's 130 pounds. Her hair color is black. Her hair length is long, and her eye color is brown. Listen to this. Location last seen. Maricia was last seen on December the 22nd, 2022 at Flamingo Crossings East, the Disney College Program Housing Community in Winter Garden. I'm going to repeat that. She was missing, last seen at the Flamingo Crossing East. This is the Disney College Program Housing Community in Winter Garden. Now, this is the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Family, along with Orange County sheriffs, are concerned about the welfare and whereabouts of Maricia. She is originally from Houston, Texas, but has been in Central Florida for the college program since January 2022. So apparently Disney, they have this program that they have called the Disney College Program, and she has been missing since December the 22nd, 2022 from this program. So if anyone has any information regarding the whereabouts of Maricia Burton, please contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office at area code 407-246-3950. Again, I'm going to repeat that number for my Spotify, iHeartRadio, my Amazon folks, my urbanites out there. Area code 407-246-3950. And or you can contact BAMFI, Black and Missing Foundation Incorporated, at 877-97-BAMFI. Let's bring Maricia home. All right, so let's get back to business. I talked about being disciplined. Listen, a lot of you all aren't disciplined. You're not disciplined at all. You're only disciplined in negative lifestyle choices because that's what your mind is wired to. That's what you're used to. You're going to have to develop new habits. In order for you to maintain new habits, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. As much, let me tell you guys, and you all know, we come on 10 p.m. every Tuesday. As much as it pains me to come on 10 p.m. every Tuesday, I am disciplined because this is what I have been called to do. I have discovered a partial of my purpose, and as my source said, my position. So my position at this time is 10 p.m. until September. So in September, you guys, I'm going back to 8 p.m. But until that time, I'm going to be disciplined to come on at 10 p.m. every Tuesday. Is it a big deal for me? Absolutely, because those that know me know my bedtime is 9 o'clock. Like, oh Lord. But if I'm not disciplined in this, you would not get the information that you need. And a lot of us are not disciplined. We're only disciplined in what we really want to do. So listen, the next one is you have to be accountable. You have to be accountable. You have to be accountable. That's why I said you need to talk with your health care provider so that it can be a joint effort. And when I say held accountable, you need to work with someone in a sense that's not a yes man. Yes men will tell you anything you want to hear, make you feel good, and you done gained 50 pounds. I mean, come on. You need that type of coach to say, did you go jogging today? Did you work out today? Did you see your personal trainer today? How long did you do it for? You need to be held accountable, especially when you're first starting out. You have to be. Some people are wired, they can just take the initiative to do it themselves. Some people cannot. You need to be accountable. You need that person to say, listen, you're not holding up to your end of the bargain. Why aren't you holding up to the end of the bargain? You must not want it bad enough. And if you don't want it bad enough, don't take me along on this journey. And I'm working harder than you on your goal to get you to do your goal. No. And this is something I tell my clients. I inform them, this is your goal. I'm not going to work harder than you in you reaching your goal. You're in the driver's seat. So you need to be held accountable. You need to have that one person that won't judge you, because some people are very, they're not encouraging, but they need to be harsh with you. They need to be honest with you. You need that one person that you can call, or they can call you, and you're honest with them. That's why your doctor is a very good one initially, because your doctor knows pretty much your health, your specific goals that you're trying to reach, your diet, things of that nature. And then the next one is, this is something I always inform my clients and let them know. What motivates you? What is that carrot dangling? What is that carrot dangling? What motivates you to lose weight? Are you motivated by shrinking from a size 18 dress to a size 4? Or are you motivated to decrease the possibility of disease? What is your motivation? Why do you want to lose weight? This is something that you have to ask and answer within yourself. Do you want to lose weight just based on physical appearances? Or do you want to lose weight so that you can rid your body of disease? And when I say rid your body of disease, I'm talking about diabetes. I'm talking about high blood pressures that lead to having a stroke. What is your motivation? Because I guarantee you, if I said, I have $1 million waiting for you at the end of 5 months for you to lose, say for instance, 75 pounds, I bet you'll lose it because you're motivated for that money. $1 million in 5 months to lose 75 pounds. Hey, I'm on it. What is your motivation? Is your motivation, you know what? I want to be around to see grandchildren. I want to be around to see great grandchildren. I want to be and live as long as I possibly can while looking good. What is your motivation? Now, if your motivation is to go from a size 18 to a size 4, that's fine. But as long as you also know that internally you're doing your organs good. Internally, that's a byproduct. So I can't tell you, what's your motivation or what your motivation should be. You have to identify your motivation. If your motivation is vain, I don't know, it may not last as long as the one that says, you know what, I want to live a long, healthy life. I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to have a stroke. I don't want to have, diabetes. I don't want to take all of this medication. What is your carrot? Is your carrot to find a partner? Is your carrot to look better? I don't know, but you have to identify that. And then, oh my goodness, another thing I forgot to tell you all. When you lose weight, you have to buy a whole new wardrobe. You have to count the cost. You have to spend money on a whole new wardrobe. And oftentimes, depending on if you go from a size 18 to a 4, you're going to have to spend money on different sizes. So you started out at 18, that's your closet, right? So then when you go down to a size 12, you're going to have to do a wardrobe of size 12, temporary wardrobe. And then when you go down to a size 8, you're going to have to purchase size 8 clothes, temporary. And then you go to a size 6, you're going to have to, so you have to think about all those things. But what is your motivation? So when you have all of these things all wrapped up together, you have to create a SMART goal. You have to create a SMART goal. And this is something that when I work with my clients, it definitely works. Let me tell you, by introducing my clients to having a SMART goal, they lost weight. They no longer, listen to what I'm saying, they no longer had diabetes. That diagnosis was gone, totally gone. It was rough at the beginning, but they knew what they wanted. They were disciplined. We held them accountable. They were highly motivated. They counted the costs, and they were willing to push the plow. So, having a SMART goal, you have to be specific. And let me tell you, if any of these letters, S, M, A, R, T, if any one of those letters is missing, you're not going to accomplish your goal. You're going to be hard pressed. So, what does it mean to be specific? Talk with your doctor. Your doctor says, Diane, all right, so how about if we get down, based on your body mass index, you need to get down to, I'll say, 130 pounds. So you have identified where you want to go, 130. So let's put 130 down. And you want to do it by when? So based on your lifestyle, based on whatever, you and your doctor come to an agreement and say, okay, by 6 months, I want to be 130. I want to lose 50 pounds within 6 months. So by, say for instance, by June 30th, I will be 130 pounds by June 30th. When people say, well, I don't want to set a time, it's never going to happen. You're going to be just like a yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. Because it's sort of like, have you ever planned a trip and you say, I want to go traveling, but you have no destination? When it comes to weight loss, your destination, 2 destinations should be a date and your weight. I have not seen anybody, well, maybe some people do. I want to go traveling and they don't know where they're going, how they're going to go, when they're going to end up, how they're going to end up. I mean, who wants to live like that? I mean, really, let's go traveling. Okay, where are we going? I don't know. What's your final destination? Your final destination will be 130 pounds by June 30th. Let's start with that. And then that's the measurable. You can measure that. And you can say, if you're really disciplined, each month, I need to lose a certain amount of weight to stay on that path. I need to eat a certain amount of portions to stay on that path, because it's all about calorie intake and what you burn out. So if you are putting more calories in than what you're burning out, you're not going to lose weight. That's why I talked about your food, your lifestyle, and changing the food that you eat. Again, potato chips are cheaper than fruit. I'm just saying, but you can do this, but you have to count the cost. So measurable, you need some metrics. You need a number in there. Is this measurable? Yes, you can get on a scale and weigh yourself at what we call baseline. In the scientific research world, it's called baseline. This is the beginning. So if you are 180 pounds and you're 5'4", you and your doctor said what you need to do based on your body mass index, that is measurable. You start at 150. And then oftentimes you and your doctor will look at your fat content, your muscle content, all of that stuff, because all of that stuff is important. You have to measure. It has to be measurable. And then the next one is achievable. I'll tell you what achievable isn't. If you are 180 pounds and you want to lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks, how are you going to achieve that in a healthy way? Now, I'm not talking about the operation. I said I'm not talking about that at the very beginning. If you missed that, you can rewind it. But in a healthy manner, how is that achievable from 180 to 130 in 2 weeks? That's not going to happen. And if it does, your body is going to be in shock. You don't want that to happen. And your doctor, I'm almost certain, in my opinion, would not agree with that. What you're laying out, is it achievable? Which coincides with the next one. Is it realistic? Is this realistic? How realistic is it for me to lose 50 pounds in 3 weeks? That's not healthy. That's not realistic in a sense. It's like, no, because what you're doing is now you're putting yourself in a position for you to be in the grave. And that defeats the whole thing. And then, is it timely? So 130 pounds by June 30th. Whereas within each month, I would like to lose 5 pounds, 5 to 6 pounds, 7 pounds. Each month, I would like to lose 7 pounds. So that is a smart goal. You have an end date. You have a beginning of how much you weigh. You have a weight destination where you want to go with your weight. and how long it will take you. So your goal will look like this. I will, some people do goals like this. I have lost however many pounds by June 30th, whereas you're speaking positive words in the universe. Now, the one thing about positive words, you cannot speak positive words still eating potato chips. You just can't. Listen, you cannot speak positive words and expect the universe to answer, and you're still eating potato chips sitting on the sofa. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's sort of like Christians, you know, they're praying for the, oh, I'm praying, and they don't move their feet to move. The word of God says faith without works is dead. You got to put work in it. You got to work it. It's just not going to pop up. The universe is just going to bless me because I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking I'm going to lose weight. I'm speaking I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I mean, come on. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So you have to have a SMART goal. It's got to be specific. It's got to be measurable. It's got to be achievable. It's got to be realistic. And it's got to be timely. SMART. And I'm telling you, I have used this in my profession. I have seen results. I have seen results with me. Because when I was first pregnant, I always weighed 115 pounds. People are like, oh, well, she weighed 150 pounds. My first pregnancy, my first child, my oldest son, our oldest son, he was 9 pounds, 2 ounces. I did not have an epidural. It was all natural. I went up to from 115 to 180 pounds. Oh my gosh. I ate all the carbs that you could think of. I ate French toast. I ate potatoes. Every day I had a craving for French toast. I don't know why. Oh my God. I don't eat French toast till this day. I don't eat French toast. I don't even think I want to see French toast. I ate French toast every single day and I gained so much weight. I didn't have to gain that much weight, but it was my diet. French toast and Skittles. Oh, but that's what he craved. So I had to give into it. It was sugar, like, oh my God, this French toast is delicious. With syrup, with butter, potatoes, every day. And my body expanded and expanded and expanded. I wasn't used to that. And then I got so depressed in a sense because I was like, I don't like my body right now. I didn't like what I saw when I walked past the mirror. Who sings that song? Mary J. Blige. Okay, so I did not like what I saw. So I was determined because remember, I had always worked out before. I had always worked out. I've been working out since I was in the 8th grade. So it's a part of my lifestyle. So having that extra weight on me was very challenging. It was very difficult. So what did I do? I was disciplined. I lost weight. And then I got pregnant again. Oh my God. Womp, womp. I'm like, oh Lord. So what did I do? Had my second child. Discipline, lost weight, then got pregnant again. Oh Lord. Lost the weight because I was disciplined, and then I got pregnant, and then I had another child. Like, oh Lord. So after the last one, when I knew we were done, I went back to being disciplined and to maintaining the lifestyle. If you see videos of me when I go out of town, I'm on vacation, I always pack my gym clothes, my gym shoes, my gym outfit. If I can't jog outside, I'll go into the hotel, but I have to. I have my body and my mind, my brain, everything is wired because it's a lifestyle. And when you get to that point and you can, the beginning is very hard, very challenging. But that's why you have to be disciplined. You have to have that person to hold you accountable. You have to know what is your motivation. You have to know all of these things, and you have to be all of those things. At least, I'm telling you, at least for 30 days. At least for 30 days. So that you can accomplish your goal and don't fall back. I know oftentimes, when it comes to even setting goals, especially say for instance, if you are, have been using drugs, you can relapse. You can relapse and gain the weight back. You can relapse, but guess what? You can also go back on track. And that's what I hope for you. You have to identify healthy tools in your toolbox so that you can get on track and stay on track. And for me, one of the most important things is motivation. I want to see and be around great grandkids, my great grandkids, perhaps great grandkids. I want to see our name LaCon on a building one day, and not in graffiti, but on a building one day, and look around and see our children and our children's children right there. Now, I may be using a walker. I don't know. But that's my motivation. My other motivation is I want to look presentable for my husband. I want to look good. I want to feel good. When I look at myself in a mirror, I want to look good. There is nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I want to remain healthy. I don't want to be on 50 million medications. I don't want to use medication for diabetes. I don't want to use medication for high blood pressure. I don't want to use medication. I don't want any of that. So that's my motivation. You have to determine your motivation in this journey. And once you identify your motivation in this journey, along with the other things of counting the cost before you build, that's the first one. You have to be disciplined. You have to be accountable. And you have to identify your motivation. And then you have to have SMART goals. Once you do that, you can make it happen. You can. And if you live in New Jersey and you need assistance with identifying your goals based on, listen to what I'm saying, based on what you and your health care provider have discussed, you can give me a call. I will assist you in creating a concrete goal, concrete plan so that it can be achieved. But you have to be disciplined to do it. Is it hard work? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything that's worth getting, you're going to have to, I'm telling you, you're going to have to put the time and the energy and the effort into it. It's very challenging. I know I personally went through it. So don't think, I was like this the whole time. No. Yes, I had children. People are like, oh my gosh, how you have 4 children? You look so, because I'm disciplined with my diet. I'm disciplined with exercising. If it's 10 degrees outside, I'm still going to go jogging. I went jogging on Monday. It was about maybe 30, 40 degrees. It was a little icy, so you have to be careful. But I got to do it. I have to do it. It's for me. It's for my family. It's for my mental health. That's what's in my toolbox. Being disciplined, having a smart goal, and moving within that goal. So listen, again, if you need to reach me and you live in New Jersey, I'm in Essex County, Newark, New Jersey. The number's at the bottom at the ticker, 973-733-WORK, which is, what does that stand for? Oh, 9675. Sometimes I forget because, again, it's late. 9675. Okay? I am here to assist you because at the end of the day, this is the only temple that you have. It's the only temple that you have. So, again, I need you to like. I need you to share. I need you to subscribe on this platform, and I need you to follow me and like on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Urban Twos for Change. I'm on Facebook, Blessed Ministries, and I am on Facebook, Dads. I'm also on Spotify, and I'm also on iHeartRadio. Typically, this comes out the day after on Wednesday on Spotify and iHeartRadio. So definitely, I need you to do those things. And again, I thank you guys for coming into the Urban Suite with me, because here, this is where we laugh, learn, cry, and grow. Until next time, God bless. Good night.